Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Hello, everybody. Wait, I should speak with my Japanese voice. Good afternoon. Skippy-san here. We are going to build a samurai warrior theme song with this new library called Shogun. Tomo arigatou gozaimashita. We are starting with the drone, and then we will add extra special sounds to it. So let's take Unify to Unify layer the magic. What should we add? Oh, let's add a pulse. Yes, we need to pulse. I feel the samurai blood in my veins. Oh, that's very good. I think I need some taikos. Oh, makes me want to dance. Let's slow it down a little bit. We want to get more serious. Got to be around. And we need some more taikos. Those are the arts. Let's go up to the arts 3. This is such a fun library. But now we need some war. And I want those to boom more, so I'm going to add my secret sauce. Loudness! And maybe we need something else. I feel like going to a dance club. So let's go over here to BPM kick. There we go. That's samurai warrior sound. And on top of this, let's go back to Shogun. Shogun. Let's add a signature sound. And let's first solo it so it's how powerful it is. And let's explore some more signature sounds. Maybe we want Bushido arc. Oh, that's the vibe. So let's go here to dynamics, pump house. We need to turn it into dance element. Even better. There we go. Ooh, I like that. And then we need a random fun element. So let's say, oh, what do we want to do? Let's go over here to another signature sound. Yes, of course, signature. Let's add Keras. Ooh. Take that up an octave. Wow, that's cool. Ooh, this dance club is not going to be the same. And I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna set all these to only play in half the keyboard. Because I need to play something cool in the right hand. I need a koto. And I need to have it in the nogi. So let's see, right here. And let's just quickly go like this to split it. Cool. And I want to get even more low in on that signature sound. There we go. Now everybody's a little loud. Let's turn everybody down just a little bit. I think I turned it up. Oops. I'm watching my red lines. Oh, my koto needs some delay. So let's go over here. Let's add a Unify delay to it. Omega delay. A little bit too stark. Go like this. Let's filter it. That's cool. Maybe we have a shakuhachi. Yeah, let's go down here to winds. Shakuhachi classic. We must have that added right away. Is it a key zone? Yeah. That's cool. We're getting there. We're getting something cool. All right. All right. Hello. Yes, it is I, being silly. Now, the koto is using a cool map. So if you notice, the two. The shakuhachi is playing normal, but I didn't even realize you could do this, so this is kind of a fun bonus. We need some strings. So let's go here to strings. The string ensemble spiccato is really cool. And let's split that. As you can see, you can use these controls over here to key range, or you can just right click on this guy. Super cool. Bob Dedes does it again. You are right. An amazing library, guys. I mean, so let's save this. Let's say this is a Z, because he has some stuff. BPM split. The Emperors, EMPERORs. New jam. I got a new jam. Yeah, Skippy made me a new jam. Listen to this. Wow! I love it. And this is something I didn't even realize it's gonna do, but here, let me lower this again so you can see the artwork. I was hiding it. There we go. So at the end of the live stream, I'll give you guys a link to these bonus patches. There's two. There's this one, and then the End Starts Soon that I did during the, let's see, I did it just before I did the video. Oh, wait, I've loaded, wait, hold on 1 second here, because it's supposed to be fast. Let's go over here and take a second to load this because there's a lot in the go. I loaded into Unify, which kept the old tempo. The new real tempo should be this. That's incredible. Listen to these sounds. That's one of the signature sounds. Bob is waiting off screen and is going to join us in a second to talk about where he made these. That triplet feel from that right there is so cool. So this is a library. It is called Shogun. It has 170 patches. There's, by the way, hi, I'm John Limcool. Welcome. This is the live stream from my website, pluginguru.com. I have to do some promotion today because I have a real special thing going on. My friend Michelle Moog, who I have known for many years. We've finally gotten everything together to do a fundraiser to help them out with their never-ending work at, let me see, I gotta log out real quick of the website so you can see this, I don't want that, go home. It's doing something weird. Oh, you know what it is? I don't have this big enough. So here, go like this. We're doing a fundraiser weekend with the Bob Moog Foundation. And so now Shogun and Cloudform and other libraries are not included, but all the other libraries at the website are at 50% off, and 100% of what you pay this weekend on any of these libraries will go to the Moog Foundation as their fundraiser weekend. Also, Unify, what we're showing is Unify, the plugin. For the first time in its history, I have it at $49 for this weekend, to promote lots of people to come, be all super excited and join the family of working with Unify. It can do so much, as you guys all know, because you guys are all family that have been here like nonstop. But spread the word. Please let lots of people know about this fundraiser. We want to try to raise, summer is really tough. And the Moog Foundation itself has had a struggle this last year in some respects because of the hurricane that went through Florida and went into Carolina, South Carolina, where actually it's North Carolina, where Asheville is. The town was pretty severely damaged. They lost water, power. A lot of people don't go to the Museum right now in Asheville, North Carolina, because, but they are now. It's finally coming back to normal. But for the last year, it's been tough getting people to come. So I really wanted to, I met with her at a super booth in Berlin and we talked, and it seemed like it would be a great time. I'd like to get some new customers by getting new people to know about pluginguru.com and help her out at the same time. We've got Unify 2 coming, which is really, oh, that's not going to do it, is really exciting. And so more people with Unify, more potential people to get Unify 2 when it comes out. It's a win-win for everybody. So this weekend, right now, until Sunday night, 100% of what you spend at the site for everything except for 4 libraries. For Endbringer from Diva, by Fred Nongot, that's the 4 latest libraries. So Endbringer, Expressions by Tim Dale, Cloudform by myself, and then Shogun by Bob. They are not included in the sale because they are new, and we're counting on them to help pay our bills. And so everything else is wide open to be in a fundraiser this weekend. And I want to thank Paul Carter. I don't know if he's here or not, but he is also allowing Hyperion and Theia and his 3 libraries to be included in the sale. So if you don't own Hyperion, it is a really powerful modular synthesizer plugin. It's super cool. And so I'll mention that a couple times. There's so much to this live stream to cover. My goodness. There's Shogun. We're going to talk to Bob. There's 3 new synthesizers. There's 2 free plugins. A lot going on. My gosh. It's good times. So to start with, let's bring Bob here to talk about this library. This epic library. Hi, Bob.
Hello.
How are you? Let me hide myself.
Can you hear me?
Let me see. Where do I choose here? Hide myself view. There we go. So it's just you there. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yes.
Perfect.
There's a bit of a
How are you
lag
doing,
between
everybody?
you and what you see on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So, yeah. So how are you?
I'm very well. I worked very much.
You did.
And now I'm just relaxing. just a bit.
Yes.
Yesterday I went to the beach for the first.
How far are you from the beach?
The closest one is 10 minutes ride with a car.
Oh my gosh. I'm coming to see you at some point. I gotta come hang out in Greece, man. I can't wait.
You should.
It's on the list.
We have some of the best, places, very, very near us.
Yes. It's on my list. I have friends in Portugal to visit, and I think on that same trip I'm going to stop in Greece or something like that. So, anyway,
Awesome.
Shogun. So, how long have you been working on this? Because this is just an epic.
I really cannot put my figure into it. I don't know. Let's say I worked continuously for maybe 4 months. But then, I was taking some time on and off, and I was also working on other parallel projects.
Yes.
And I was searching for some history. I was searching for inspiration in many soundtracks, let's say, from movies, from video games. Suddenly, once I show the Disney series Shogun, I was so inspired that I decided at the moment that I wanted to do something with the Japanese themes. And then, I started thinking about games like Sekiro, like The Train to Yomi. There are a lot of video games that feature Japanese culture and music.
Yes.
And other older movies. And I was, very into it, let's say.
Yeah. Well, you definitely got deep into it.
I love the Japanese culture very much, and they have a very rich history. There are so many things to say and hear and learn, right?
Yes.
So I love ethnic music. I mean, I love all kinds. So many countries have their traditional music, and I really love it. I mean, I've for so many Italy, Greece, so many Spain. I mean, I love all the traditional music.
Yeah, polkas, Germany.
Oh yeah.
I was blown away. I went to Frankfurt.
Really, I love traditional instruments.
Yeah, I went to Music Messe like probably 20 years ago, and John Bowen and myself, we showed the Wave Station we had a room where we did a presentation with the Wave Station with Jordan Rudess. It was really fun. Actually, it was Jack Hotop. Was it? I can't remember if it was Jack or Jordan that came with it. But afterwards, we drove into Switzerland, and then we had to come back through Austria. And all of a sudden, all the radio stations were all polka. I couldn't believe it. It's like, for real deal, in Austria, they love polkas. And, we sat in meetings with the guys from Germany always saying, no, the tuba must be better. The accordion, it's not good enough. We need a better accordion because polka is so... And here I am hearing it on the radio going, oh my gosh, they're not kidding,
Like in Greece, we do the same thing, but we're talking about our instruments. We have accordion as well. We talk about bouzouki a lot. We talk about, stuff like that.
I love it.
It's funny and interesting at the same time.
Yes. I appreciate that there are, traditional instruments and people that keep, the traditions alive, because so much of, popular music is kind of amalgamating into sounding very similar to each other, right? But traditional music, it's like, these instruments cannot do what those instruments do, so it keeps the traditions alive,
Yeah. I mean, it's the music. It's a big part of each country's culture, right? So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get into it, and you can see that even in Hollywood movies, right? So when there's a scene that happens, let's say in Gladiator, for example, an old movie, they have the music that features traditional instruments in a cinematic concept, texture, setting, in a cinematic setting, but still it features these traditional instruments, and it makes you feel the scene, literally, because it gives you the culture. It gives you the
it harks to that history,
Yeah, it's a very important part of the music and the culture.
Hey, well, let's talk about making this. Like, how did you make, for example, the percussion, like the big taiko drums and so forth?
So if you're talking about the taikos that I have named, the red taiko and the orange taiko, are these
Yes.
ones that you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
So probably, sorry, you have read the manual, the walkthrough that I have written for the Contact and the Unify version, and I mentioned there a lot of behind the scenes, how it happened and how I made it. Okay, so this specific, in Contact version, I named them rubber taikos because they are actually balloon skins that I have stressed onto carton caps, and then I have all sorts of sticks, different sticks that I would play on them, and I would capture the sound with Sennheiser that I have, some ultrasonic Sennheiser microphones.
Right.
And I would experiment with the sound. And I mean, I did that with 5 different sizes and balloons. I have recorded all 5. Only 2 of them made it to the show. The other ones, the sound was not for that.
Okay.
But these 2
Another
balloons.
library, something different.
Yeah, there will be something different. Yeah. But it was an interesting experiment. I like doing a lot of experiments with sound.
So the taikos did not come from actual taiko drums?
No, I did not sample actual. I mean, the only way I could have done this is to hire someone do it for me. So
right.
I did.
But it sounds like taikos. I mean, it sounds.
They sound like taiko. I mean, this has happened maybe, I would say, even 2 years ago. I mean, it's. I did that all with the samples and the Contact. It's so old. As maybe even 2 years old.
Okay.
But then I was playing and I was like, yeah, if you bring them, if you stretch them a lot, they can they sound like taiko, so I can use them, right?
That's awesome.
Otherwise, I would only use the big ensemble parts which I've made in percussion, and these are all made from Foley sounds and a lot of layering, and you know, I've done this a lot before, so it's easy for me. It comes naturally. But I wanted to have the organic sound. It has to be present, even if I have used synths and other techniques to make a lot of the sounds in this library. I knew from the beginning that you have the organic element has to be present. Otherwise, it won't feel alive.
Right.
It won't. Yeah.
Right. And I pointed out too, a lot of the rhythmic stuff. Someone's saying they don't have Contact 7, and sorry, you'll have to either upgrade or or else just use Unify. But I mean,
so I can say my opinion about this.
Sure.
So I could make this for Contact 6. I could make this for Contact 8 as well. So I thought, let's make it for Contact 7, because when Contact 8 actually came out, it had so many effects. It had a lot of additions, and I thought, oh my God! By the way, I was working on the script. I was learning Contact scripting for about a year, and I had reached the point where I didn't want to go and add new effects and all of the new stuff that they released with Contact 8. So I stick to Contact 7, but it's a lot of work. But I'm working on a new script that will have you will have all effects available. Now you can have everything, right? You have to choose carefully. If you want to have full access to whatever Contact gives you, you have to have the latest version. There's no question about it. Now, if you want to stick with Contact 5, it's like you're sticking with the effects and the progress they did up to Contact 5.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
It's up to anyone, but I want to have something fresh and modern. So, in my opinion, I just didn't want to go back. I thought Contact 7, it's a very good point to be. So
yes,
that's the reason I chose Contact 7.
Yes. So you're back a little bit in history. I was going to get up to show people. So you started your own company website.
I started my own company website I started about 2 months. I didn't even have a website 2 months ago. I think maybe I had 1 month ago. Everything came very fast. I had the idea. I was like, I should have my own website because I have done a lot of work, and why not to do something for me, just
Yeah. Yeah.
to future the work the way I want it and the way I like it, the way I imagine it in
Yeah.
my own website.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took the step and I did it.
That's awesome. So let me show you real quickly. Here it is in Contact. This is Shogun in Contact. Be aware, like he said, he's working on a new script that has the rhythmic elements to do all.
Not only the rhythmic, but you will have
Right.
access to any effect, which is insane. I mean, now you have certain effects. You have these 6 effects in the chain, as you can see, the yin yang,
Yeah.
but they are fixed in place.
Right.
What I'm talking about is that you will be able to select in any slot any effect. So
I see.
it's a massive. Not only that, but also save and load
Right.
anything you like. So
Right.
yeah, it will have the whole package, but I will probably go for the latest contact. So
Right.
just be aware.
Right. So if you don't own Unify and you want it in Contact, it has all of the instruments, all the samples that you have inside of the Unify version, but it doesn't have MIDI box doing the groove stuff. Instead, it's more for the sounds with the ability to call up these really cool presets of the patches and stuff like that. I mean, it's super cool. So you have it. That's at his Sonik Vortx, SONIKVORTX.com. He is selling the Contact version there. We are selling the Unify version at our website, pluginguru.com. And yeah, I'm happy to see him. Like I said in the video, I've worked with a number of people that have taken steps in different directions over the years to become part of the music industry on their own. And I totally, I love helping people out any way I can. So we got the rockets going. Did you do that? That's cute.
Yeah, I'm just experiment because I like all these things right here. I like the balloons a lot. I use balloons.
Balloons and war sounds. I love it. So,
Yeah.
let's see. Are there any questions that somebody has? Is there a version which has both Unify and Contact? No, because he has it available at his website for the Contact version. We don't have a combo of the two. I'm sorry, but it's 2 separate libraries at this point, if you consider it that way. Bob did both of them, and he the Koto sounds perfect too. Is that creatively made? Someone is asking, and the answer is yes.
The Koto is made all in Vital. Actually, guys, for whoever is interested, I suggest that you follow me on YouTube,
Yes.
on Sonik Vortx, because I'm thinking seriously, I'm gonna start some video series that I show how I create this kind of sounds in Vital. And it's for me, it's everyday work, and it's not like something special, but I see people ask more and more about it and how these things are created, and I think that maybe people are interested in it, so maybe I make some video series where I'm seeing how things are done. I will be using Vital for sure. I don't know if I'm going to use something else, but yeah, you can expect to see Vital. Please follow me on the on my YouTube channel on Sonik
Yeah,
Vortx.
I'm going to give everybody a link here in a second if I can get it to. It's popping. There's Sonic Omens Vortex. It keeps popping up when I put in Vortx. No, Sonic Vortex. Boy, it doesn't like that you don't use the E in Vortex.
You don't like it. It's a stylist. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I like the not use the E, and also I liked using K instead of C.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's just making
like Mortal Kombat. Like they did it first, but I love this idea.
and Native Instruments, they do that a lot too. So
Right. Yeah. Native Instruments too.
Let's
So,
see here.
Bobox, to answer his question, because I said, did you use Vital for the bamboo flute overblows? I used, now I'm not sure about which one. If you can tell me the exact name of the flute, I'll tell you, because I hired someone I'll tell you that to give me samples to sample the shakuhachi classic. Now this sounds. I wanted to have a real shakuhachi because it's very important. I mean, there is no Japanese theme without this instrument. Okay, when you say Japan, the number one instrument is shakuhachi. It's an amazing flute, and I have bought one as well, and I'm starting to play.
Okay.
And so I had
you
one,
can't
and
synthesize
this is the shakuhachi classic. And I synthesized the other shakuhachi, which are called yosei, which is also amazing. But that one I synthesized it.
Okay, so if we go to yosei, let's see, winds, shakuhachi, yosei. So.
Yeah, this is made in Vital.
Very well made in Vital. It's got the vibrato. It's not just sitting there playing.
I have used a sample, but also I'm using, I think I'm using some oscillator as well. So.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I love this one. What else? I also synthesized what I call hikui pan, which is after a pan flute, basically, which is not really a Japanese instrument, but in movies and video games, in the whole westernized society, they've used it in many places. And one of them that actually got inspired, and I haven't told that, it's Karate Kid. Now, if someone remembers Karate Kid,
right?
And if you are able to go and watch a scene that the shakuhachi play, which is amazing melody, I try to replicate that. I mean, it's the shakuhachi from Karate Kid, really. So I love it.
For the yosei? This one?
This was for the yosei, I was inspired by a movie. Now, this is not really shakuhachi. This is something synthesized.
Yeah, it's woody flute, yeah. Now that's real samples there.
Yeah, this is a real one because it has all the breaths.
And it's round robins too, so each time you play, you get different samples.
Yeah, it has to be playable. This is very melodic instrument.
Yeah. So it is such a fun library. There's a lot of creative use in keeping it in a certain authentic way, but also making it flexible for all sorts of modern productions and used. Like if you take this, I'm going to hide your picture just for a second, Bob. If you open up Guru's sampler, it's set to be monophonic, but if you make it into polyphonic and bring the voices up, these make incredible pads. So you can do this if you turn on the filter and you make it and slow attack and slow release. You can get into really cool vibes like this. Then go over here, add like a modulation, like a chorus. And then, of course, the depth is too much, so bring this and slow it down into the 30s. 0.33 was our favorite frequency for chorus on Korg synthesizers for years, by the way. You can get into some really cool, unique territory with a lot of these sounds by taking them into different places and stuff like that. So we'll be making some bonus patches for this. Like I said in the video, I think it's June 20, did I say 26th? Was when we released the bonus patches. I'll give you the two that we just made today and the one I made before the live stream. We'll give you these right now. In fact, let's do it. So let me see. Are there any other questions that people have popped up here and stuff like that? Bill Conti wrote the music for Karate Kid. Yes. And Kasaka-san is saying, so anyone can easily use Japanese style scales? Yes. That's because like the Kodo stringed instruments, when you go up here, he has the different, the Awato scale. And it's 2 octaves. If you look at the keyboard mapping for this, it's down here and here. So you can do all sorts of cool.
That's exactly why I had 2 octaves, because in reality, the pizzicato is 13 strings. So
you can play the 2 together. Like if you like watch the keys and
you never do a mistake. This is very important.
You can go like this to get rolls and stuff.
Right.
Trying to do that on just one key, I always. You sort of can, but it's not the same. It's
I think
really
Simeon can do it. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, the Simeon is a much better player at that kind of stuff. Let me see here. So we go libraries.
Simeon yesterday did the amazing. He combined one of the Shogun patches with Back to the 80s, the Africa.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to watch that.
Amazing.
That's funny.
This will stay forever.
Wow. Well, only Simeon would do something like that. So let's see. Copy this and go over here. I'm making the bonus patches really quickly, so let's go paste. So I love how fast these computers are for pasting the data. So let's go like this. And then what I'm going to do, thank you, is we don't need key zones. This, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. And on patches, we only need the 2 newest ones. So we go up here, say all, but these 2. Bye-bye. There. So now all I have to do is go away for a second and go compress and say bonus Shogun and call it a guru, use guru, and then put this to Dropbox. So where's my Dropbox? Go like this and go over here to freebies. Is there anything else you want to add while I'm running around with my head chopped off, getting the bonus patches for everybody to play with?
I don't know. Well, one other inspiration that I had was the Mortal Kombat movie of '95. I don't know if you have ever watched
Mortal Kombat!
Yeah, which it had a lot of techno music, but besides the techno music, it features some really cool score.
Yes.
And if you go to there's a certain patch that I made in Unify. It's a multi called "It Has Begun." Now this is a direct, to Mortal Kombat.
Okay,
because it has the same atmosphere exactly.
Let's see here.
If you love Mortal Kombat, the movie of '95,
it's in there. It has there we go. Multi C2.
And you play with it. You can play with your right hand like a. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, here I have the Dropbox link. Let me get the link into the video description. Copy. All right. For all of you guys that own Shogun, there's the link. I'll put it in the video description after the live stream, and that will get you 2 ZZ bonus patches for Shogun. The end starts soon. And then the Emperor's New Jam that we did earlier. That's so cool. Put the weird scales with.
You get unexpected. Totally
unexpected, totally. And you could have something in black notes so it doesn't play them.
I knew that something like this would happen, and that's why I included the chromatic one.
That is so fun to play with. Wow. Well, you've knocked it out of the park. I can't think of any library for Kontakt or any. Is there any library? I mean, I can't even think of anything that comes close to this wealth of versatility in all of this traditional instruments for this category of music and genre. It's just so cool. And you guys, he would send me messages on our little conversations. Oh my God, this is coming out so amazing. And I had no idea what it was until just like, he goes, Shogun. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be incredible. This will be epic. And it far even exceeded my expectations when he sends it to me and I'm like, jaws like out the door. It's so cool. So well done, dude. Well done.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for making this for everybody to have at their disposal. I mean, you can't even put a price tag on how valuable it is to have something like this. So I appreciate it very much.
I appreciate it too for the opportunity. And, as we like, I mean, I like to build complete worlds.
Yeah.
The sound, it's like a storytelling experience. I love the whole experience. I'm not just making random epic patches. I just want to make something like this. I mean, it takes a certain amount of commitment and vision. And,
No.
I have done the best I can. I always do the best I can. So
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed it, everyone.
Yes. Well, let's see. Is there any other questions from our family? Seems though that I never thought of balloon skin taiko drums, Tim. It takes experimenting and
a lot of experimentation.
happy accidents happen all the time, So just add to my thank you, Bobox. Says, but where about in Greece are you? I spent a lot of time on Corfu, Jim says.
Okay, yeah, it's the island. I'm in Peloponnesos, which is it's the southeast part of Greece, but not the island. Okay, it's the southeast part.
Okay.
Of the main, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Bought it, love it. Thank you. So glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on. We got so much more to cover, but thank you for your time and contributions, and keep at it. We can't wait to see what you do next, and hope you include us.
Of course I will.
Of course.
Thank you for having me. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. We'll talk to you. If you have other questions, I think he'll be in chat. So if you can continue to reach out to Bob if you want to ask questions in the chat. All right, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Yeah. So stunning. Came out so well. Just to go over it again in a really short overview, it is 170 patches with 2 bonus ones that I have contributed, that the link is in the video description. There's basses and there's some really cool really unique basses. It's not just like bass, you know what I mean? All these percussion rituals that are BPM based. So think about it. It sounds like taikos, and these are balloons that are stretched and played. And you can turn off MIDI box. And now you have the map that was used. Just the right tuning and the right sequencing and the round robins. It's great. And then you get into the more epic things. Like these here are like layers of elements, right? So you can see All these things going on that are great. There's phrases. If you take this and just put it with the taste of things. Add a shamisen riff. Put this through delay if you want to like modernize it. So there you go. Use Ashari Bose 1 with War A Taste of Things and the Shamisen O2 riff. Just layer those three together and you have this. So now you can build your own bonus patch, right? There's all these drones. These organic beds are really inspiring and kind of set like a whole, like sets the scene. It's not just texture, but you could like have all sorts of stuff happening over the top of this. There's 7 of these. I mean, listen to that vibe. So cool. Then you have drones from flutes, drones from Wraith horn. Just unique in all sorts of cool ways. The boom hit effects for the so awesome. Katana sword fights. Ow. Oh. So reversals. Scrapes. So all of these cool cinematic sound effects are so important to use. The motions are really cool, like sparse pad. Really, really cool. The multis, like It Has Begun that he showed you, is like just straight out of the Mortal Kombat movie. Right? So there's so much here to play with. So cool. So Shogun is available at the site. It's $20 off its price, which the asking retail price is just an absolute steal because there's no place really you can go to find sound like that in the first place, let alone, pay something like that. So, and again, at our website, oh, I need to log out. Oh, yes, I really want to log out. Thank you. So we do have this fundraiser weekend going on. I'm going to point this out a couple times. Other than the 4 latest libraries, everything at the website is at 50% off. Unify is at $49. If I go down here to the end of the list, you can find Unify for $49. We've never offered it at $49. So if you don't own Unify, and 100% of the proceeds from this weekend go to the Bob Moog Foundation. They have a museum that they've set up with all the historical pieces from Bob Moog's development in synthesis in the early days, all the papers he wrote and stuff like that. They keep that open and staffed with employees and everything. They do a lot of outreach to the schools and everything. We're happy to help them out this weekend. So there's a fundraiser going on at my website to show our love for Bob Moog and the foundation and the people of the foundation. So please support if you can and spread the word if you can. I appreciate that very much. All right, so let's shift gears. We're going to go quickly to another library. I didn't have time to get it done as far as making it available to you. I'm going to do that this coming week. But Cloudform is a library I worked on that came out a week ago. It's got these really cool Koshi chimes that are playing all sorts of cool samples, which would work really well with Shogun. Right? There's the singles of the Koshi chimes, and there's some really cool synthesis basses. Now, one thing I worked on this last week was there's a drum kit, and I have these BPM drums that are from the piano. I recorded my piano, my grand piano, doing all sorts of dance type of, stuff like this. Well, this last week, I've been working on making cinematic grooves. Do you want to hear them? I have them right here. I can show you really quickly. So this same drum kit, but used in a different context, can do stuff like this. Let's call this up. You ready? Same drum kit. So that's one of the cinematic, and you see that I'm doing it in elements, so you'll be able to mute and solo different tracks, do processing to different things, so you can. So you'll be able to play with the different elements. Right? So that's one groove. And here's another one. So different types of cinematic grooves. There's 1, 2, 3. I've got like, what, 5 of these? This is more of a drum groove, but it's kind of cool. I see it like. And to prove it's piano, you've got that you can use. So more bonus content coming both for Shogun and for Cloudform, the 2 newest libraries. So if you don't own them and want those will be free updates that we'll be getting to everybody this week, the 26th. So I got 6 days, 5 days to get everything done, get it all put together. So that's coming up for you guys to enjoy. So those are very, very cool. Sonik Vortx Contact is not player compatible. That requires a license and all sorts of involvement from Native Instruments, and they charge money for that. And it's his first library. And so a lot of companies that are just, even like ADO, all of their contact libraries, they don't pay licensing to Native Instruments because it's a lot of money. It adds up pretty quickly. So no, it's just only for the full version of Contact 7 or above, right? Do you not feel the downside of a lot of users? It's a hard thing when you talk about upgrades. I mean, Contact 6 came out, 5-6 years ago. There's a lot of advancements and capabilities added, and it's Bob wants, it's his decision, and you have to respect it. And I'm sorry if it doesn't work for some people. Anyway, you can email Bob directly if you want through Sonik Vortx and talk to him about that type of a thing. All right, let's talk about some of the new stuff that has come out this last week. It has been a very busy week. Let's see, let's get the website pages up because I've got, let's see, where did I put it? I put it right. I'll have to go like this, text, edit, and let's see, let's go over here. You should be over here, file, recent. Here we go. So I'll get you guys the links in the video description and I'll get them to the website. To start with, let's start with Cherry Audio. They have released a wonderful tribute to the Odyssey. And if I go new page, paste. So this is Odyssey 2800, as they're calling it. Protected by capture. I don't know why it has to say that, but does it really have to say that? Oh, it's got it down there. Anyway, there's 3 skins, which represent the 3 different filters for the 3 different models of the Odyssey. I have not unified it. If anybody wants to save out the patches with their automated tools for this, it would be cool. I always want to go OCD, but it's ODC. ODC, and here it is. Yeah. And let's get this so that it looks good on the screen. Go over here real quick. And of course, lots of creative patches have been put into this, so you can see here. It's very cool. You have a two view. You have one view of the effects or of the keyboard. You can have up to 16 voices. Let's see if we go here to the magnifying, zoom in. Don't they have, oh, they're focus. Here we go. There we go. That's what we want to see. So as you can see, it has up to 16 voices. It's got all sorts of cool parameterization, just like the traditional, for how things are assigned and programmed so that it sounds very authentic. But it can go into modern territory because under the effects, turn on distortion. You have different settings for the flanger, or if you go this way to the chorus. Or you can mix between them, which is cool. Echoes and reverb. They've got a galactic and spring and plate hall room for the reverbs. How do I turn it on? Oh, right there. Nice. It's got really nice intuitive controls for aftertouch over here and a display for what your aftertouch is doing. And it's programmed nicely. It's not like just like, oh, gotcha, switch, you know. And you can get into the ring mod and all that kind of stuff that's going on. Right? So, this is a new synth that's available, $59. We'll get that for you. Acoustica audio, if we're Acoustica, and that's called the, I think it's XT5, right? Expanse, XP5. This is Acoustica Audio's synth. We're going to show this next. It is a Prophet 5 clone, but it like Cherry Audio's, it goes into new territory in that it adds distortion and delays and reverbs and all sorts of additional parameters. There's a sub oscillator on this. It sounds really nice. So let's go over here to the chat and I'll give you a link. Right here. Yeah, 3, and you can choose this new one too. Okay, 3 cents, $99 if you want at the Cherry Audio site. Let's see, let's go over here. XP5. Oh, wait, not that. Not the usual suspects. That's, let's see, ACU. There we go. XP5T. And bring this over here once it powers up. And we can choose from both the factory Prophet 5 patches, which John Bowen created many, many years ago for the... I don't have it turned on, so... Oh, that's the age. Here. Turn on the stereo spread. There's distortion and saturation, chorus, delay, reverb. Now, these are just straight, dry, like they would be expected. But when you go over here to these other categories, I wish they had like a favorites so that you could... cool organs. So I can do all the kind of things that you could do with the Prophet 5. It sounds very nice. It's got all sorts of different places. I'm playing just a demo version, by the way. I didn't buy it yet. What's not to love? I mean, it's nice. I was going to do some comparisons. I couldn't get my Softube Model 80 to power up. I've got to, it needs to be reinstalled. I'd be very curious to compare it with Softube. To me, has maybe one of the better, like, legit Prophet 5 emulations. This kind of goes into fuzzy territory outside of the traditional Prophet 5 by having sub-oscillators and all the other effects and so forth. But it's pretty true to the... And just like we've shown in the past, this is only 5 voices. If you want more than 5 voices, that's where Unify is just super useful. All you have to do is go over here and say New MIDI Effect, and go down here to the polyphonic, let's say 8 layers. So that would give us 5 times 8 would be 40. 5 times, yeah, 40, right? My brain is like just not there today. All right, so MIDI channel 1, listen to MIDI box as 2 things you have to set over here. Oh, set this to 1. And then go over here and say 7 times. And it will make 7 times of that patch. And it's taking a second to think for this one. There's a lot of processing going on, I guess, for the XP5. I'll be curious how the CPU works, because this is a little bit more CPU heavy. Oh, there we go. So I'm playing that sound. I'm using 7 layers of XP5 and I'm not cutting off because it's multi-core savvy. You can see that the CPU is working fine. I can't even kill it. 7. That's 7 notes played fast. I love this part of Unify, how well it works at expanding the polyphony. Put down the elevate. I still don't hear notes canceling. Hi, Paul. Wavesequencers joined the group. How are you doing? Play with your feet as well. Okay, well. Yeah, it's crazy, the polyphony that we've got here, stuff like that. All right, so, and the cool thing, remember this technique. Hold down Option, Alt, click, and knit. And that gets rid of all of the layers except the first one. So that's the rule with this really cool shortcut. It gets rid of all of the additional layers so you can bypass polybox. So now we're just back to playing one 5-note polyphonic synth where polyphony cancels terribly. And I can now open up this synth and I could go finding another patch. Maybe in 1981, I want to really play it cool. Hear it canceling? Sounds like, 5 voices is not enough. you can turn back on Polybox, go back over here and say make 7 layers again. It'll take a minute with this to calculate what it has to do for this. Super busy coding. I wish I could tell you guys what he is working on. It is so exciting. Oh man, can't wait. Oh, it's it's really exciting stuff. So good. Okay, so there we go. So now it's beautiful. Isn't it cool? So I don't hear canceling. Now there are times, of course, where you want to have it set to just 5 voices and you want to sound like the legit have that canceling as part of the production and stuff. I like it better to ring out, but with Unify you have both choices and can do anything you kind of want stuff. So yes, so sometimes it is good. You're right. By the way, if you guys want to look at one of my favorite 80s bands of all time with some of the best pop songs I think were ever written is from Naked Eyes. I love their songs and their production. We've lost one of the 2 guys that made up Naked Eyes, but that's one of my favorite bands. Anyway, XP5T is really a nice synth. I was very impressed. People like to say negative things about acoustic audio. I don't see anything to really complain about. It's a nice sounding instrument. It sounds different than other instruments. There's flexibility here to do all sorts of cool things with it in legit Prophet 5 or outside of what a Prophet 5 can do. That's about all you can ask for with a synth, you know? I mean, it's not going to make breakfast for you, you know? That's not what it's for. But for making flexible sounds. Now, yes, there's a lot of synths out there. So the question of how badly you need it compared to other synths you have, that's the never-ending balancing question we all have to ask. Because, good. You know, the truth of the matter, to be honest with you, just so you know, companies need to survive. And to survive, they have to make new products. We've been fortunate that with Unify, our way of surviving has been making libraries and so forth. For the most part, a lot of companies don't have that ability. They don't just make, and it takes a lot of work for a lot of years to get to where it, you know, becomes viable. You know, it's sad that the music industry isn't as supportive as musicians as it should be for the, you know, paying people for making libraries and music and stuff like that. Oh, hey, Fred. Working on Sonic experiments. Okay, thank you. Good to see Fred here. Too many choices this day. It's really hard, and we all have budgets. I totally get it. Totally get it. But this is a good synth. It's not an inexpensive synth, so it's one to weigh the expense. You can do like me and download the demo and play with it. There's free for I think 20 days or something like that to try out, and it's nice. I have one other synth to show you guys. This one is from Universal Audio, and this is actually a really interesting synthesizer to me. These guys have some of the more, I think, deeper math going on with what is happening. They call this an analog synth, and they push really hard in a lot of places to call it analog. And people like, you know, Weaver Beats have made fun of it, like, oh, it's analog everywhere. This is the most closest to analog in some respects of any synth I have seen. It can do things with this filter that are just incredible that, you know, even the 2 synths I've shown before can't get into this territory. And I'll show you real quickly. So So this is Anthem synth. It's only a 4-voice synth. So again, the polyphony tricks that I showed in Unify are perfectly good here to getting things to go. You can hear it already. You hear that harmonic distortion. There's also this growl. You can get into some places and frequencies that are just unbelievably delicious here. And it's not distortion like an effect. A lot of the companies you saw in the ODC and in XP5, there's a distortion circuit at the end. This is in the filter, my friends, and that's what makes this unique. Let's go to the start here again. Let's bring up the resonance. Hear that distortion? That's in the sound per voice. So you can't get these other synthesizers. If we were to go over here and mute this, and let's call up, for example, let's go to XP5. As cool as XP5 is, its filter, let's see, we need to get to an init. That's their init. And let's go over here, get the envelope up. And where's their volume? Because we've got this thing soft. Where is the master volume? Sorry, I'm scrunching. Here we go. I don't know who it was that started with the oscillator mix volume on an init patch at 50%, but I want to have a talk with them because that's just not good. But hear this? It's nice and clean. There's no way to add any stuff to this. You can go over here and you can turn the effects on. You hear that intermodulation? That's because it's an effect that the voice is just being sent into, so the frequencies have to compete with each other. Let's see, let's go to a different waveform. You hear that, right? That's a whole different concept than this. And as you bring up growl, let's check out this patch here. So if we go replace from layer to my personal favorites, I made a patch yesterday and saved it. Personal favorites. This distorted EP. Check this out for the. That's just beautiful to me. I mean, hear that? I mean. So yeah, I mean, they use analog because there's no other word to describe it, but what it's doing in math, you're getting to these cool harmonics and stuff. It's a different form of synthesis. It's very complex. And because of that, they can bring up this drive. Here's without drive. So it's great as far as the filter. The filter is the key to a synthesizer. Then on top of this, they have a sequencer. Let's find something to sequence. Better. Hey, Better. Good to see you. Now, they almost took this far enough, but now right here you have gate, pitch, velocity, and global. Which is really fun. This is my favorite type of step sequencers. And then you can use pitch if you want. So it's a step sequencer that's fun to play with inside of here. I wish I had a zoom button to zoom it up. But now, if you want to compare this, they have a free synth, and there's a link in the video description to Opal. Let's say duplicate this layer, and then let's turn off solo and call up Opal. Oh wait, it's not Opal. It's is it Universal? No, Polymax is the one that's free. Polymax is the one that's currently free. So here's Polymax. And it has a nice resonant filter, but it works like the other synthesizers where you have FM over here to get into cool synthesis and kind of mess things up, but it's different than having the drive and that growl parameter in the filter. It's very clean. It's a great synth. You must pick this up for free if you don't have it already. It does great pads. Runs out of polyphony, so again, you want to use Unify to get more polyphony. But this filter, you can't get into all that really fun experimental like this. Here, if we took this all off, and let's see, let's kill the effects. They have some space effects. Right? It's got cool stuff going on because they have a ring mod. Right? But there. Kill this. That's what other synthesizers will give you. Even this, the filter is just different. I mean, that's great. So if you can make this nice and long. Now, let's add some drive. That's crazy nice. And there's a high pass filter. So you can limit. There's noise as well as two oscillators. You have white or pink noise. Pitch mod with its own controls for source. Chorus. They have like over here the flanger and so forth, and then they have delay to reverb. So it's a very cool synth. I'm very impressed with this, and this filter is just insane. So can you see any of the knobs? Yes, you have learn, and I think you move a parameter here, and then you move a knob on your hardware controller. Also, of course, inside of Unify on the macro knobs, all of these parameters. Let's see, get this to go away. If you go over here and you go to instrument, this is on 1. So Anthem synth, here's all of the controls, real-time controls. And also we have the little listening ear, which means that if I want to control growl, all I have to do is hit the little ear and then move the growl control. And I also want this also to move filter cutoff. And let's also have it move the filter EG intensity. And then open this control up, and then you want to set your ranges and stuff, because I don't want the filter EG amount to go negative. So you can click the dot, double click in the middle for the current value and say 0. So that way it doesn't go above 0. And as you can see, once it hits here, this rest doesn't do anything. So change the curvature probably in this way so that it gives more values to the, let's say even farther. So I got it to where there's only this much of dead space. And I have a lot more range now in here. This is why curvature is so important for controllers, because you can take something like this where... Now the other thing I could do, let's do curvature also on the cutoff frequency as well as this, and that gives me even more range. Let's say maximize this. Right? So the curvature that you have per parameter is so vital, because you can determine exactly how much range do you want in the super low frequency stuff. So you have the ability to play with it like that. So that's super cool. All right. So 3 synthesizers. Did I give you the link for the universal audio one? I don't think I did. So here's the link. You can download a demo version to play with for like 20 days, something like that, if you want. Right here. And let's go to Shogun to show these other 2 plugins that are free. I'm going to show you some free stuff now. So if we go to Shogun, and let's go to the bonus patches, because I really like the groove of the in start soon. This is so fun for the epic, like. Well, one plugin I'm going to show you is called Visu. I'm going to give you the link right now. This is a visual, a lot of sample editors, and there are other programs that give you something like this. This is free, VISU. However, be aware that if you call it up in the free version, it's not color, it's only in black and white like this. And then I gave him you can pay what you want, set the amount you want to pay, and they'll give you a license, and that opens up this to work. It's there already, but without a license, it just plays black and white. But now you can go to colors, and there's different ways of seeing the waveform display. Helpful to see. So you determine the FFT size for the resolution you want. So you can see like this or higher resolution. I love that. And then let's go to Cloudform for the second effect I want to show you. Here, let's do it. We'll call this effect up on there too. But this has these drums, which have all sorts of cool frequencies. Let's see if we go Visu, V-I-S-U. Pretty cool. The other effect, and this is kind of more, it's a new developer. It's only on a GitHub page. It's called Reverb. And it's, oh, I crashed. I was curious if it was going to crash. It crashed, and other times it doesn't crash because it is more experimental and, you know, new developer and all that kind of stuff. They tend to, in fact, it's not signed by Apple. I think he wrote it on PC and then used Juice to spit it out. So you run this risk. It ran fine in the DAW and it's run fine here. Then there's other times where it doesn't. So let's try one more time. Let's go Reverb and R-E-E-V. There. This time it called it up fine. So it's a convolution reverb. It's free. And it has some cool enveloping controls, which is, you don't see that a lot. Let's see if I go over here and go reverb. And here's the link. So if you go here to the load presets, you can click and drag on these points. And they have some that are like, there's one here called, I think it's Waves. Wait, not Waves. Load. Was it Offbeat? Right. So you have all sorts of controls here for the high cut, low cut. Stretch it. Right? So you can get into some really nice things with this reverb. It's cool. You can load your own convolution presets. I think, let's see, where do you change the preset itself? You have the length of time. You have enveloping here, but there's someplace I saw, let's see. I got this yesterday, so I just started playing with it. But there's somewhere I thought there was a place to change. There's reversing it and stuff like that. I thought there was a loading page, but I do know if you go to like loading and loading different presets, import patterns, or paint patterns, there you go. So rising. Yeah, I swear there's a place here somewhere to choose different. This is for the wave painting, but there's some place to set a waveform. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, it is a free reverb that has some cool abilities, I thought. So if you want something to do something that's free and unique, you can go to these different like envelopes. Oh wait. And then you just double click and you can add. So you can do all sorts of automated things. Right? So that's very cool and fun. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to show for the live stream. One more time, let me point out at pluginguru.com. We have this fundraiser weekend going on all weekend for 2 days. 100% of the proceeds go to the Bob Moog Foundation. So go to the products page and you'll see everything's 50% off. Shogun, Cloudform, Expressions by Tim Dale, Inbringer by Fred Nongot. Those 4 libraries are not in the sale, but everybody else is in. So any of these that you buy, 100% of the proceeds go to the Bob Moog Foundation. We're doing a little show some support weekend for them. So did Bob do any artwork for the Unified Shogun? He did not. He didn't get into the artwork side of things. That's something that maybe he'll do in future libraries and stuff like that. Any new Unify V2 teasers? No, I'm gonna I'm forcing myself. I am the worst at keeping secrets. It's a known fact. Us Geminis love to share what we know at all times. That's why a president should never be a Gemini. It's very hard because I would love to tell you all about everything we're working on, all the cool things that are so new that make this even more fun to work with, but I can't say anything right now, so I'm sorry. Yeah, Geminis just love to share. We want to share everything, and it doesn't work very good for companies that are, you want to I'll share with you. The rule is I will share with you when you can actually download it and put it on your computer and play with it. Otherwise, I'm teasing you, and I don't want to tease. It's not nice to tease, especially when it's like all these things that are coming. I mean, it's when it's here, it'll be here, and it'll be, I have to have this. I can't believe. I mean, it's really cool. Paul is working super hard. It's a lot that he has undertaken. It's been 6 months. More than 6 months of work so far, and we're doing really cool things, but need a little more time. But when it's time, we will share all we can, and you're gonna love it. It's really cool. Maybe plug the discounted Unify for the upgrade to V2. Yes, well, that's what we're doing. Is there's a new video I've released at the YouTube channel about Unify in 2025. We've got Unify at a price it's never been offered at before. This is all to get lots of people to own Unify, enjoy the capabilities that are here, and then want Unify 2 when it comes out later this year. So that's the win-win for the fundraiser side. It helps the Moog Foundation right now, and it helps us in the future too. So it's all a beautiful thing we are able to do like this. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Sonny Jones on the sequence gets insane. Yeah. Oh, good, Todd. Glad you love it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just looking at all the other comments. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. I don't know if Atomica from Cherry Audio has similar gritty. Atomica might. I think. Do I have that on ATM? Let's see. I might have to put in the. Let's see. Hold on a second here. VPM. It has to update to install Atomica. Let me check this really quick. Let's do our shout outs. Shout out from wherever you are in the world. Shout out from Eagle, Idaho. Stay safe on the East Coast, man. There's software would you like to? It's getting super hot. It's really funny. Here in Boise, it's going to be really hot in the coming week. It's going to get back into the 90s. But it's like 60 degrees here in Idaho, Boise right now, which is very cold for summer. It was 90 last week. All right, shout out in the Netherlands, Tennessee, Norway. Look at that. I love everywhere. Colorado, Amsterdam. You guys are crazy. All over the world. Canada. Hey, good day, eh? Kasaka-san in Japan. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Kasaka-san. Thank you. Shout out from the UK, look at that, Finland, and it's still very slowly, I guess because I'm doing a live stream or something, I don't know, maybe slowing things down. Scotland and London, flew over both of your countries on the way to Berlin a month ago. That was very fun. We flew through the night, and we got to Scotland and the UK when it was like early morning, but the light was up so we could see the greens of all the highlands and everything. I was like, oh, I want to go there with my camera. Oh, by the way, I will share this with you. If you are a photographer and if you want to see something really special, July 11th is the date that you will want to be somewhere with your camera by water facing west. The full moon sets at sunrise on the Washington coast. It's different times at different places and stuff like that. Check where you're at and stuff. I'm not going to do a live stream that weekend because I'm going to take some much needed vacation time to go to the Olympic National Park in Washington. There's a beach called Second Beach. I'll be camping out there with my camera because the morning of July 11th, the full moon is setting at sunrise. And I've seen it 2 other times in my life, and I have to see it at least a couple more times before it's over. So I'm going to be there July 11th. So that is the day. There's one day every year in July where the full moon sets at sunrise. It's a low tide always at the same time because of the way gravitation works on this planet. The moon is pulling at just the right time to make it a low tide at that special time. So if you want to go somewhere, I can't show this. It's not going to get done loading it, I guess. It's slowly going, and maybe it will get there just when the live stream ends, right? So Atomica might have the distortion in the filter, which is what you need to get to those unique characteristic sounds that you hear inside of Universal Audio's new Anthem synth. Anyway, Germany, good to see you all. Virginia, yeah, it's not going to load. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate the support. Bob appreciates your support. This is his full-time occupation, is making sound libraries just like me. Your support keeps us doing what we love. And if not for past appreciation by buying past libraries, Shogun couldn't have been made. Cloudform couldn't be made. You know, we continue to grow and learn and push ourselves to make new libraries and do new things that are interesting sonically. You know, there's so much unexplored places to explore and check. So we're having great fun, great fun. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. I've got already plans for next week that are going to be really cool. So enjoy the week, enjoy the sounds, the patches, all that stuff, and have a great week. All right. Thank you. Yeah. And Taylor, shout out to Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. If you have questions, Unify support at pluginguru.com. Taylor is there. We are happy to help you if you have questions with any of the new software you pick up from us. Thank you. Okay. See you later.